Hello, accountability buddies. It's Les with another episode of Less is More Healthy, coming to you from the park in the middle or first third of my bike ride. I'm about 3 and something miles into my ride today, hoping to get at least 10, hopefully 12 miles in. And I'm on my new bike, which I thought I'd tell you a little bit about and see and let you know what I think of it so far. Now, I have only done. Um, so, 10 miles on this bike so far, and there have been a few issues that have popped up and a few things to work on, in my opinion. So let me tell you a little bit about that. Okay, let me swap this around. I am feeling pretty good after the 3 miles. Still okay. There we go. Here's the bike. This is an Ozark trail from Walmart. It is the G.1 Explorer, which is their entry into the newly crowded gravel bike realm. So this bike is made to do a multi-use, be an adventure bike. Really, it so far is living up to that G.1 Explorer name. So it is, like I said, a Walmart bike. It was $249 or $48 new. So I spent about $260, including taxes, here in Massachusetts. And let me tell you, I think it's worth the money. I did, as someone who has historically hated wrenching on Walmart bikes, this bike is surprisingly nice. It is built specifically to be added to and adapted. So let me tell you a little bit about that. So the front end here um, has a fork with 3 attachment points, and they are the right distance for a bottle mount. I'm going to be putting a rack on the front end and mounting some stuff to that, so pretty stoked about that. It also has disc brakes. It does come with mechanical disc brakes, not hydraulics, which is fine with me. I don't mind the mechanical disc brakes. I may swap them over to a mechanically activated disc brake at some point that has an oil piston in it. I've seen some really good reviews on those, but that's not for now. I'm happy, and I'm going to be working using these brakes for a while, as long as they function properly. Now, the next thing, let's talk about the top end of the bike. Um, the handlebars are a drop bar like you see on a road bike, and it's got road bike components on it to be able to handle that road bike drop bar. They're pretty comfortable, and I think I have them adjusted properly for me, so that works. I do have another set of drop bars that I might swap out onto here. They are a Satori Firebird, so it's made for an adventure bike. They have a shallow drop as well, but and they're a little narrower in the middle, which works better for me. Because I'm a small person, I need a smaller, narrower bar. Then moving to the seat. So the seat and seat post on this bike right now are not the originals. I did 5 miles on the original seat and seat post, and yeah, it tried to kill me. It was the most unpleasant saddle I've ever ridden on. This is just the old Trek saddle that I've had on my on the Kona all last year. So I probably put 500 miles on this seat. Significantly more comfortable than the seat that came with this. Now, this is my first or second upgrade. The second upgrade that I made to it, I have in the mail a new women's specific saddle and a carbon fiber seat post. And that's done specific. I've been really wanting to get a women's specific saddle to see if it makes more of a difference. Most saddles are either unisex or designed for men in mind. And I had some severe problems last year with a men's specific saddle. They suck your bits down into it, and it's uncomfortable. Anyway, moving on. So that will go on in the middle of next week. So the next ride video I have will have that new saddle and seat post on it. The first upgrade I made was to the pedals. So it comes with just plastic pedals, which are serviceable, but I had these on hand, and they are, yes, they're purple. They are a purple alloy, so they are anodized. They're Enley pedals, and they're pinned with replaceable pins. So I like a pinned pinned pedals. Try saying that 5 times fast. A pinned pedal. I don't ride clipless. This is what I use. I like them. These are nice and wide. So far, so good. I might swap them out for my Rock Bros that I used last year on my other bike, but so far these feel wide enough for my splayed out right foot. So that is nice. Then, so the front gearing here is decent. It's acceptable. The shifter works pretty well. Now, it is a square taper bottom bracket, which does not bother me in the least. It is a sealed square tapered bottom bracket. I saw that on another video. And unfortunately, the gears and the chain rings here are pinned, so they're not something that can be changed or altered in any way. I'm assuming that they're super heavy as well. So one of the first things that I will be looking at will be swapping out that chain ring and the pedals, the cranks. I have a couple of options on hand, and we will see which works and which doesn't work. I'm not sure. So then back here on the back end, this will be the next thing that I do change on the bike. I have found a guy on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm buying a 700C rear wheel from him that does take cassettes. So this is the downside to me of this bike, is that it does come with a free wheel instead of a free hub. So upgrading your drivetrain is severely limited. And what that means is, to upgrade your drivetrain to a cassette, you will have to replace that whole rear wheel or learn how to lace a tire. The rear wheel itself is not a bad rear wheel. It's pretty nice, actually, but it does have the limitation of only being able to put up to 8 speeds on it. And obviously I'm going to switch this up to a 10-speed wide range cassette, so that when it's combined with the 2x on the front, it will have all the range I need for bike packing. So I'm also going to, I don't know if you can see this, there are 2 attachment points for a rack. So, and then attachment points up there for a rack. So I will be attaching a rack to this. I'm probably just going to go with my rack that I've been using for years. I also plan on putting some sort of rack on the front end, or some sort of system for mounting bags. I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet for bags on the front, but I must have something on the back for my panniers, because I will be putting many, many miles on this, and having panniers when I do 30+ mile rides is absolutely necessary. So that's just a little overview of the Ozark Trail G.1 Explorer. I'm pretty happy with it. It's a pretty comfortable ride. For anyone who's wondering, I'm 5'2", with about a 30-inch inseam. The standover on this bike is snug. If you were thinking about it, and you are a shorter person like myself, you might find the standover to be a wee bit snug. There are a couple of things that I'm considering doing in the future to help with that. I could switch over to 650B or 27.5-inch tires. Just like, I've been thinking about that, and if that is something I want to do or not. Again, that's an added expense. I mean, so far I have spent about $100 on the new seat and seat post. I'll spend another $80 on the new rear wheel, and that's not even counting a 10-speed cassette. So I'm pretty much at this point in time will have spent as much on upgrades as I will have the bike itself. So I'm not even counting the pedals. So that's like $25, $100, 125, 80. So we're talking what? 210? $210 on upgrades from the start. Now, are all of these upgrades absolutely necessary at this point in time? No. Some of these upgrades, like the seat, is absolutely necessary in my opinion. You cannot ride this bike on that seat, in my opinion. That seat was awful on so many levels and just brutal to ride. So for me, I could not ride this bike with that seat. The seat post, yes, I could have kept. But the seat post was the cheap part. The seat post was $25. And the seat itself was $70. So, you're talking $100 there for the seat post and saddle. And to me, that's just a necessary upgrade for comfort. And the reality is I'll be able to take that seat and seat post and use it on the Kona if I want. I'll be able to use it on any other bike with a 27.2 seat post size. So I'm not worried. Like that's an upgrade that I can take with me to other bikes. And especially the saddle, that's a thing that I can take to other bikes as well. So I'm less worried about that than like the rear wheel. That is something I could wait on. I just happened to see it on Facebook Marketplace and contact the guy, and he accepted my offer. So yeah, that to me was not, it's not necessary, but it is something that I'm going to need in the future for upgrades. I don't feel the need to upgrade the brakes yet or the drop bars yet, but I already have the drop bars on hand, and that's another $50 upgrade. So I will be adding to this bike over time, over the summer, as I feel like it. And I think it's going to be all good. I think I'm going to have a good time with this bike, and that's what really matters. So with that, I'm going to say thank you for being here, and hopefully, this like mini review of the Ozark Trail G1 Explorer might be helpful for someone out there. Maybe it's not. We'll see. If you enjoyed this, leave a thumbs up, hit that subscribe and notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Thanks and bye.